Hey folks, Suzanne here with Real Lady Adventures, and boy have we had a long cold winter for about a week here in Texas, but everything's melted, back with you now, and today we're going to talk a little bit about organization, all of the lures, baits, rods, reels, all of that stuff, and I want to hear your input as to how you keep all of your stuff organized. So stay tuned and check it out. Welcome back. So what do you do when you're snowed in and iced in and you just can't go anywhere for a week? You reorganize everything. Why not? So I knew I needed to start organizing all of the gear that I've been kind of building up, and I still have a ton over here that's not even open yet. So I've been gathering different ideas from different places. Cyberyaker has a really great setup. Check this out. And so I kind of pulled a little bit from that, but my space is set up differently. This room basically houses two separate businesses, and it's the guest room. So this is basically what I've done so far. I've kind of moved it around a couple of times. I'm sure it's going to change again. But these pegboards are actually kind of a really cool deal. So you can fit so much up there. Obviously, you can see that I need more pegs. I kind of underestimated what I have and what I'm probably going to buy more of. I've tried organizing it a few different ways. You can organize by brand. You can organize by type of plastic. I kind of have it done by type of plastic now, where I've got like paddle tails on one side, creature baits on another side, worms, but that's all going to change, I'm sure. Let me know below. Tell me, how do you organize all of your plastics? Now, something that I used to use are these Flambeau boxes, which are also pretty awesome. They're just like the perfect size for all of the plastics packages. In fact, I still have some in here that don't have little holes in the top, because now that I know to save that. A lot of like random ones that I've traded with other people, so they don't have the original packaging. But they've got these great separators. They're not really waterproof, but for home storage, they hold a lot and they're really great. So these are also, this is kind of where I started before transferring everything up there. I'll probably still keep a lot of stuff in here, but for now, most everything is going to go up there. I think for me, it's easier to see. If I can see what I have, then I know what I want to bring out with me. Another thing is where to put all the different lures. I love my spinnerbaits. They're kind of awkward. There are special boxes for those, and I've had those in the past. I have one, but they're kind of awkward. And you can't see what you have. Like if we're just going to run out and go bank fishing real quick, or we're just going to take a quick trip out, I just want to be able to grab stuff and go. And if I can't see what I have, then I'll forget about things. So I've got, the spinnerbaits up here. I've got jigs, chatterbaits, a couple of crankbaits. I haven't really done a lot of fishing with those yet, but there's plenty of space there to grow all of that. Again, I just have all of mine on these two little, they're basically little mini curtain rods. But you can also put them on the pegs. Again, I'm going to flash back to Cyberyaker's little setup. Big setup, where he's got all of his lures and everything out on the pegboards. And that's also another really great setup. Again, there are boxes, lots of different types of boxes. Everybody's probably already seen all of these. I use these still for some of the stuff, but they just have great compartments where you can fit all sorts of, all different sizes. So you can, make them different sizes, whatever you want, but they fit. Everything can just go in there. They're semi-waterproof. They claim to be waterproof. I've seen otherwise, so I'm not going to tell you they're waterproof, but they're water resistant. Let's put it that way. So again, another great option, which I do use. I'll throw stuff in here to take out in the kayak or out bank fishing. So they do still have a use, but I used to keep everything stored in there. But again, I kind of like to see what I have. If I'm out at Academy and I can picture this in my mind, I can say, oh yeah, I already have some of those. I don't need to buy another pack and end up with like 3 or 4 packs of the same thing, or 3 or 4 colors of the same chatterbait, which will happen, I'm sure. So there's that. So I've got, you know, all the baits up here. I've got lures. Right now, these little cubbies are just, that's all the stuff that I have that I haven't had a chance to go out and fish with yet. So I haven't even opened it yet, whether it came from shopping trips to Academy or mystery tackle boxes. You know, I've been out off the water with my shoulder, which is getting much better, by the way. So fingers crossed, I will be out once the weather warms even more. Really want to get back out on the kayak. But so these are all of those things, but they're also great for, you know, when you get home and you just want to toss, you know, some of your leftover baits in there until you have time to deal with them and put stuff away. You can just throw them in those little cubbies. Extra hooks, things like that you don't just want to have hidden in the bottom of a box or a bag, because they'll hook you, and that's no fun. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is when we actually go out. Recently, because, you know, the weather's been really unstable, my shoulder is kind of a mess, we haven't been taking the kayaks out, but we'll take a quick run after work and just go hit the bank somewhere, you know, up at Brushy Creek or whatever. And it's good to just be able to grab and go. So I've got all that stuff organized too. So if we're going to go out bank fishing, it's like I just grab the backpack and that's all I need. Well, the backpack and then a couple of rod and reel sets. But in the backpack, I try to stay pretty limited on what I bring. I try to focus on, you know, 1 or 2 types of lures that I want to use that day and just go with that. So I'll have 1 box set up of, you know, just what I'm bringing that I'm going to fish today. Or, you know, I'll have a couple of things on the rods and then extras in here. Just because, you know, especially at Brushy Creek, there's a lot of trees and underbrush and things that will eat your baits. So it's always good to have extras with you. But I'll just do up a few of them, throw them in here, and that's all I bring with me. So that comes, I might grab a couple of packs of extra plastics if there's something new that I want to try. And then I do have like a whole ton of just like random plastics that aren't in packages anymore. Things that they're still usable, and so I'll probably still use them, and I'll just throw those with some extra hooks. And just, that's it. So these 2 boxes, maybe a couple of packages of some other plastics, that all goes in the backpack. You know, I've got fish grouper, I've got my cutters, first aid kit, everything else is already in here. So literally it's grab the backpack, grab a couple of rods, out the door. So when we go take the kayaks out, sometimes there's a lot more stuff involved. So just like taking the backpack out, I'll usually grab, you know, probably just those 2 boxes of different, you know, baits and lures and whatever. And everything goes in the crate. So stuff that if our garage unit where the kayaks are is a little walk away. It's not attached to the house. So every time I need to bring stuff back and forth over there, I just throw it in the crate. So I've got my dry bag. I've got some extra paracord, little lunchbox for snacks and stuff like that. So anything, or if I get something new and I haven't walked it over to the storage unit yet, it just goes in this crate. So when it's time to go out, grab the crate and go. It's got all the fishing equipment, everything I need for the day, except for the poles. And that's it. So, and if I think of something, or if I buy something new and I know I want to take it out next time, I just throw it in the crate and then I know I'm not going to forget it. Okay, so the next thing to talk about is where do you actually store all your fishing rods and reels? Now, I don't have a ton of them, and I have basically one reel for each rod. So I've got just the four setups. That's it. I know some of y'all have like tons of different reels and tons of different rods, and you mix and match them, and you use this one for that situation and all that. I'm not there yet. So this is all I have. And over the holidays, or just before the holidays, I found this really cool little cart because, again, back then, everything that I had was being stored in these different plastic boxes. So this cart was pretty cool. It's got set up for 12 rods. I don't know, if I get to that many, I'm probably going to get a different setup, but it holds these four pretty well. They hook in right on the side there and just stay right with this little storage table. So they're out of the way, they're not getting tangled up, anything like that. So that was really cool. There's another one that I had found that I actually got for Cyberyaker for Christmas, and that one looks like this. So he's got a lot more setups than I do, and so he needed more space. And obviously he's going to need probably even more space than that soon. So, but that works for now, and it's a nice little compact setup. It's out of the way. It's easy to move around the office when you need to, if you just need to take something out and do a new setup or whatever. So one last thing before I go. Getting really close to 100 subscribers out here. Thanks to everybody who has subscribed, who is watching. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed yet, please do hit that subscribe button. Hit the little bell if you want to be notified when I do add new content. But also share this with your friends. I am going to be doing another giveaway very, very soon. I'm hoping to do it by March 1st. That is my goal, to hit 100 subscribers. So let's get them out there. Let's do that giveaway. Let's get those numbers up. These are a few of the items. I've just been throwing them in this handy little mystery tackle box that will probably be in future giveaways. I've got some spinner baits. I've got a few crankbaits. I've got some plastics, some hooks. I've got tons of other plastics up there. I am just going to put together a mishmash of stuff, and I will give more details when I actually do the giveaway video. But again, until then, let's get this channel up to 100 subscribers, and let's get that next giveaway going. So thanks again for tuning in, and until next time, enjoy the adventure.